I know some of you are going to say, Alk, you're a hater. Why would you put this out? Is it hate, though, if I provide constructive criticism? I think that that's something that the younger generation today, some of y'all kids, it's like everything is hate if it's not positive. And that's just not always the case, you know? So if you're the type of fan that really just only wants the sugarcoating, right, and only wants to focus on the positive, then, you know, maybe this channel isn't for you. But if you stick around long enough, you'll come to realize that I feel like I'm pretty objective. I understand that there's going to be biases, right? Everyone has built-in subconscious biases, but I will not die on a take. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, right? And I try to remain as objective as possible. And this subject of Jordan Poole, his ball control and his turnovers has been something, if you're watching the Warriors, it's been a problem all year long. My patrons and I have been talking about it, and a couple of them requested, hey, put together a highlight reel of these. And I got to say, man, when I looked at these, it was astonishing. Because like the beginning of the video, not all turnovers are created equal, right? And you look, let's take Draymond for an example, right? Once, twice a game. If it's a bad night, it could be 3. He tries a home run ball, right? When Draymond gets a turnover, it's him trying to fit it in too tight of a window, or it's an anticipation pass. And it's like a risk, but it's high risk, high reward, right? If he hits the pass, it's an open layup or dunk, right? But Poole's turnovers, a lot of them seem to be self-generated. He absolutely leads the league in turnovers off the dribble. There's no doubt about it. I think he's top 5 overall, but off the dribble and off the bounce, you know, and we've talked about him slowing down. You notice that the passing ones is just him being too fast, right? He's doing things too quick, and he just makes a pass without really seeing what's happening, right? So there's the speed part of it, but off the dribble, off the bounce, generally speaking, when you make a move with the ball, right, there is going to be a window that opens up for the defender to poke the ball free or get the ball. But if you complete the move, then you maybe have beat the defender or shifted them. Jordan put so many moves on his defender, he's giving them too many windows. Essentially, right? Crossover, back, behind the back. All these moves have a risk reward to them, and he leaves too many windows, and that's why you see 5 minutes of him basically losing the ball off his foot or just getting it poked free. And he right now is kind of at a crossroads in his career, I think. You know, he's leveled up. He's gone up several levels. We've seen him struggle as a rookie to becoming a serviceable guy to becoming a big money scorer in this league. But now, what's the next step for Poole? Is there a next step? And I think the best way to relate it is you're playing a video game, right? You're building your character up, and you've got to disperse the energy points, the points into different categories, right? And Jordan puts it all in speed, all in weapons, all in offense, right? He's got to reprioritize his energy and how he's dispersing his priorities. He's got to maybe take a little bit off the speed, a little bit off the offense and the weapons, and put some on that shield, put some on the defensive side of the ball, right? That's probably a video for a whole nother thing, but the defense has been concerning. And it's not that I expect him to be this stopper at 6'5". He doesn't, you know, but he's quick enough to be adequate. It's that we're not seeing the want, and there's no pride on the defensive end. Here I am ranting about that when the video was the turnovers, but it all goes together. It all fits together in the fact that Poole, I'm not here to say I'm out on him, but I think we can all agree, Dub Nation, that he's just been very frustrating lately. And yes, you can make excuses. He's had to shoulder too much of the load with Steph out. He's only 23 years old. But I think that if you gather all the context, again, this is another level for him, and he's got to redistribute where he's spending his energy and where he's prioritizing his mental. Because to me, on the defensive end, you're not seeing him care enough. And when this team is healthy, when push comes to shove and it's go time, it's playoff time, if he doesn't do that, he won't be on the floor. But as far as the turnovers go, I've been saying it all year, less is more. There's too many windows for the defender to poke it free or for a mistake. Use your footwork more than the actual dribble. There's literally too many dribbles happening. But yeah, I think that, you know, when you bet on somebody, when the part of giving him this contract was betting on his character, right? His work ethic and who he is. And so he seems like the type of guy that when you doubt him and you say he can't do it, that's when he's going to do it. And so that's really at the root of this video. So if it gets enough views and it gets around Dub Nation like Jordan, less is more. You only need one or two moves, but more importantly, take some pride in the defensive end. Take some pride, because now it's about winning. You've got paid, you've got a ring. Now prove that you can be a complete player if you want to take that next level. So yeah, that's my take on Poole right now. And I think, I'm not saying it'll necessarily happen this year. You know what? It might take him not playing very much in this playoff run, God willing that we go on one, for him to reevaluate his game into next season. Now we're ready to see the next step, and that's defense and that's ball security. Value the possession. There's one more point that I wanted to make, and I may lose y'all here with this because it's kind of in the weeds. But, you know, when you say someone is a, quote, scorer, right? It's more than a skill set and an ability. It's a mentality. And what comes along with that is the fact that a scorer is always looking to score. That's plan A and that's plan B. And sometimes it's plan C, right? And I think that also gets Poole in trouble when he gets downhill, because plan A and plan B, it's either the float or it's the up and under, right? Usually it's plan C or D to actually pass the ball. And so that's why you see the driving kicks and even the passes out to shooters, they're rarely on time or on target. And it's a subconscious thing. Clay does the same thing, right? An insatiable scorer that, consciously or not, they don't really value the pass, right? It's kind of like, here, you can have it. Like, it didn't work out for me. Here, you have the ball. And you can see it the best example of it is if you watch like 9 and 10-year-olds play, right? Where you can see the kid, he's dribbling, and then you can see him kind of just throw the ball to his teammate. Here, you have it, fine. Coach said I can't shoot it every time, right? Well, that mentality, it doesn't really change as players get older. They're just better at disguising it, and they understand, like, I can't be an ass like that, right? But that's also part of the turnover issue. Sometimes drive with the intention of passing, you know, and balancing. It's a tough balancing act. You heard Steve talk about when a guy is super talented as a young player, it's more difficult because he has so many options. And I believe in that as well. And that's what you're seeing with Poole. But sometimes, again, change your priorities, distribute or be more balanced with it. But that's all I got for y'all right now as far as Poole. What we got? We're going to the Alamo Dome, the biggest NBA attendance ever, with Sleeve Steph. And then we head east for a tough trip. Hey, it's time to flip the switch, right? It's time to flip the switch. No more of these poor effort games. We know they're not going to go undefeated, right? But at the same time, at this point, midway through the season, with the way the start of the season has gone, the one thing you can control on a nightly effort is your effort. And that starts with Steve Kerr at the top. He's acknowledged it himself. There's no more coasting now. It's time to flip that switch, Dub Nation. Hit that like, share, and subscribe. I'm out, y'all.